They're getting defeated in nearly every ground, at every position on the ground. I've marked some best players and haven't got one on Belpoke's still page yet.
Bit of a problem with the youngsters in front of our broadcast position who are got their feet over the fence.
So, start the third term. Corio 16-10, 106. Belpost Hill 5-5-35. Umpire Beveridge holds the ball aloft. Sean Simmons the job on Lee Clifford now. A few positional changes for the Belpost Hill side. It'll be Shea Walker and Lucas King. Walker gets it down towards Hanley coming off the centre wing position. He's wrapped up by Cousins on hands and knees now. Hoare in the middle. Fresh air shot by him. Ricky O'Toole gets his hands free and tries to get the footy free as well. Kick off the ground. Lux of fortune. Barry O'Toole has got it. He's going to go short and then he goes further afield towards Tater. Goes up, puts the big hands up. Second effort was fantastic. Handball back towards the big man Shea Walker. Doesn't sit for him though. Lucas King wrapped up by Rivet. The umpire will come in and ball it up.
Be pretty hard to get away from it, bloke the size of Rivet when you're wrapped up like that, Laurie.
It certainly would be. I was just going back to that centre bounce. I think Johnny Cousins had 3 tackles in there.
Punched away towards Shea Walker running from centre half forward. Now Bartolo handball to Hoare. Turn around straight to Johnny Cousins. Right foot kick back towards full forward. Hancock big thump away straight to the arms of Barry O'Toole for goal number 1 for the day.
I think he's
put that one in. He's kicked 4 behinds.
He loves it. He loves it.
Put that one through.
And is he happy?
His first goal of the day, Barry O'Toole. And the 17th for Corio. They go to 17-10, 112. They lead Belpost Hill 5-5-35. Lexa Wyndham, third quarter scoreboard, a minute and a half played.
And that's just what he really needs to get his game back on track, Laurie. He's played very, very well. Fantastic team player. And the ball fell loose on that occasion, hooked it round. Yeah. Perhaps he's better around the corner than the direct shots.
It's nice to get back there. I mean, you do get a worry when you kick it so many points before you do get a goal.
Especially if you're a forward, you're expected to kick him, aren't you? So umpire Beveridge back in the middle with the football, puts it up once again. Walker taps it back beautifully, but into the arms of Hoare, followed up himself. Hanley punches the ball back straight in the arms of Walker. Walker off a step goes to full forward. Mark dropped again by Belpost Hill. It's paddled forward. And finally Hilton. Well, he really had nobody to kick it to, so he went for the safety of the boundary on half-back flank and found it. As players move up the ground now, Walker playing kick behind the game for Corio, back on the wing. And the ball about to come back in from the boundary umpire. Tate, hand on the back, punches the ball forward, comes to Bartolo. Handball to Hancock, but in the way there is Walker. Walker in the centre of the ground. Oh, a lovely looking kick. The lead is from Bolshevik, takes the mark on the chest. Called to play on, the lead comes, but Bartolo read it pretty well ahead of Rivet. Takes the ball, has a bounce, runs wide to the Social Club side. Has Backley on the wing, but the pass is a little too wide, too far ahead of Backley, and it rolls over the boundary line on the centre wing in front of the change rooms here at Shell Reserve. 3 minutes, second quarter. 17-10 Corio lead Belpost Hill 5-5.
Walker taps it back into Ricky O'Toole. Handball, partly smothered. Fighting hard for it in the middle was Kane Hayes. Got it away to Shea Walker again. Right foot kick wide to Bolshevik. Too wide though. And we will have a free kick to the Panthers. It will be Chris Ditchburn with the free kick. He goes over the top. It's okay to Ewan Handley. And plays on across half back. Wants to switch play towards Glenn Travail up against Davey Bigham. Foot race now between the two of them. Travail gets around a couple but loses the football. Bigham gives it to Cockrell. Got a bit of time and space. Gives it to Barry O'Toole, who must have a disease. He's free again. Goes towards Tate. Great kick. Justin Tate takes the mark 40 metres out.
Barry O'Toole again.
Oh, yeah.
So Barry O'Toole will have a set shot now.
That was poor play by Travail because he just let him go, didn't he? Should have at least run with him.
Yeah, it was far too easy.
So Barry O'Toole's kicked 1 goal 4. We'll take you through the goal kicking style here with Laurie. He's kicked 4 behinds before he just popped through the first one in the second half.
Well, Barry's kicking's usually fairly good. He usually does follow through. It's just he's just not timing it properly. Head back a little bit there, but it's a goal.
Straight through the middle for Barry O'Toole. His second. The 18th for Corio. 18-10, 118. They lead Belpost Hill 5-5-35. Lexa Wyndham third quarter scoreboard, 4 minutes played.
That was a much more relaxed kick, Laurie. Obviously the pressure's off having kicked a goal, and that time he was much more forward with his body movement, head over the footy, and that was a Barry O'Toole style kick, I would suggest.
Right. Look, it was like at AFL level. Chris Grant went through the same thing there the start of the season. Every time he got the footy, he wanted to lay it off, and you know, once he kicked 2 or 3 goals, he got his confidence back. And that's all it is.
Back in the middle with umpire Berbers. Got Walker and King. Up goes the footy. In goes King, gets a tap down, but Barry O'Toole reads it well. Almost robbed of the footy. King follows up for Belpost Hill, but Cousins does a great job in putting a contest in there, and Dabrowski comes in to help out, punches the ball forward, but only over the boundary line. True centre wing in front of the change rooms here at Shell Reserve. The boundary umpire with the footy. 5 minutes gone. In comes the footy. Walker, beautiful tap down, but only as far as Bartolo. He's wrapped up. Handball comes clear to Hanley. Tries to get a kick on the footy, but only as far there as Walker. He handballs to Ricky O'Toole, who was going backwards, but he chips it to Barry O'Toole. I'll tell you what, he's on fire now. Takes the one hander. It's all too easy. Now he's got the short lead at centre half forward, and it's Bolchevic for Corio running at the footy. He's got a lead wide to the forward pocket from David Bingham. Reaches high. Well, had plenty of time to handball it back to Tate. Tate comes around the big arc, chips it back to where it all started from. But Mark not taken on that occasion. Coming in is Hoare over the top there to Hanley. Hanley runs onto the footy now. Picks it up in the middle, drives it long to the lead there at centre half forward. Good mark from Pietkowski. He gives it back to King. Back to Pietkowski. Can't pick it up. Now finally does, but as soon as he does, Dabrowski's right on him. Great tackle, picked up by Lazaric, but his handball is intercepted. And as he does get intercepted, it's over the boundary line. So half forward flank now for Corio. 6.5 minutes third quarter. Corio 18-10. That lead Belpost Hill 5-5.
So Walker and King. Boundary throw in. Walker gets it down with the right hand. Pietkowski's there. Can't take it with him. Pushing the back though. And he will get a free kick at half forward on the Social Club side here at Shell Reserve. Kazuna gives him a lead from full forward. He elects though to go into the pocket. The lead's on from Troy Feldman in that direction, but in the back, Ricky Bigham takes the mark over the top. Runs away with the right boot towards Cockrell, up against a couple of Panthers, and breaking free. His back leap back towards centre half forward. Hilton has to take the mark. Yeah, had to, because Barry O'Toole was bearing down. He took the grab. He's got Travail short. He's also got Jay Walker short.
Option.
He switches play out wide. Troy Gundry gives him a lead and doesn't sit for him. Faulkner comes in and keeps it in front. Does well. Keating behind him. Wraps him up and he gets rid of the footy, but Keating's there. He's ripped off the football as well. Great second effort by Keating. Over the top of the footy. Matthew King there as well. Free kick for a throw, said the umpire. And Belpost Hill will take the free kick. Kazuna will have it in the right forward pocket. So Kazuna will shoot from about 35 metres out from goal. Pretty acute angle, although they are deep pockets here at Shell Reserve. He has got a good sight of the goals. He comes in off the right boot. It looks like a good kick off the boot too.
Yeah, they like it.
And I think he's put it through for a goal. He has. So Kazuna puts his first on the board. The 6th for Belpost Hill. They go to 6-5-41. They trail Cry 18-10, 118. That's on Alexa Wyndham third quarter scoreboard. 8 minutes play.
That was quite a good control kick from the pocket there by Kazuna.
No, it was a lovely kick, Eric. The wind's dropped a little bit too. Probably made it a little bit easy, but it's still Jason caught it beautifully. You can see it, as soon as it hit the boot, it was going straight.
So in the middle, umpire Stokes this time puts it in the air. Oh, Walker, clear tap away. Great work, Clifford. Runs at the footy. Handball finally comes to Cousins. Cousins has O'Toole loose on centre wing in Barry. He chips it forward. Well, it's got to be a free kick to surely to Bigham, but not paid by the umpire. Handball back to Barry O'Toole.
Yeah, good decision.
And 52.
So umpire has given the free kick and 50 metres. So the 50 metre penalty, obviously the Corio team rule is if you give a 50 away, you're off the ground. So Travail now gets to within 50 of goal for the Belpost Hill side. Moves in. Oh, shocking kick. It's gone wide to the forward pocket. Didn't even make the distance of any description, and offhands it's out of bounds 15 metres from the behind post. So it's a very poor effort there from Travail. So the ball is out of bounds, deep in the forward pocket for Belpost Hill. Kicking in this third quarter to the southern end at Shell Reserve. In comes the footy. Host of Corio players there. Ball thrown out on that occasion. The umpire missed that one. Another throw out, but Ricky O'Toole. So, well, that's incredible. He's
free kick to...
He's picked one out to the Belpost Hill player. And it is Rabbis. He actually threw the footy out. The umpire picked the second free kick, went to Rabbis. So he's 40 metres out, fairly acute angle, worse than 45 degrees, and moves in on the right foot. Well,
he's a backman, I think.
He kicked that where he ran, Laurie, didn't he? He ran toward the right of the point post and, in fact, kicked the ball straight over the boundary line. So Ricky Lazarick is lining up now to wait for the footy to come back, and he will take the free kick for out of bounds on the fall. So on the mark is Sveljek, and Ricky Lazarick brings the ball back in.
He's kicked it on the full.
That's going pretty close to the line.
Ricky O'Toole, great mark.
So, well, Ricky almost took it over the line, I suppose, but the lead comes from Lee Clifford, front of our broadcast position. So Lee Clifford takes the mark on his chest, gets it forward there for Hayes. Good work, taps it back. Davey Bigham picks it up on the way past. That handball over the top to Hayes. Hayes gets it, handball again. Finally comes back to Davey Bigham. Finally to Boyle, and Boyle heads goal. That's a magnificent kick. Touched right on the line by the defence. So Phil Boyle just a bit unlucky there. It was a nice controlled kick. 18-11-119 is Corio's score. Belpost Hill 6-5-41. Lexus a win and third quarter scoreboard, 11.5 minutes gone.
Rowe kicks in long. Clifford off hands. Gelpin handball away. Open spaces. Dabrowski and Ricky O'Toole are there. Ricky O'Toole gets it and pushes it towards Bolchevik. Takes a good overhead mark. Plays on quickly. Must have been touched off the boot. Hayes. He's ripped off the football. Play on the call. Now Clifford toying with them. Turns around on his right boot. Goes pretty close. Tate tries to hold him off, and it has hit the behind post for one behind. So
I thought young Hayes was a bit stiff not to get a free kick over there. Jumping nearly ripped off his back. Didn't have the footy.
18-12-120 Corio. They lead. Belpost Hill 6-5-41. The kick in by Rowe, Cockrell and Hanley. Hanley taller, but Cockrell does well in front. Hanley, good second effort though. Runs away. Handball to nobody in particular. Hoare sits for him. Back to Hanley, who runs through half-back, goes to centre wing, kick out wide, Piatowski's there, takes the mark up against Gundry. He's got Backley short. Oh, that's a terrible kick, and Dabrowski runs across and takes the easiest of marks. He's got O'Toole, that's Ricky, short. He takes the mark. He's got Ian Cockrell on centre wing by himself, yelling for it, but he elects to go inboard. Charles, handball to Dabrowski, who followed it on. He's got Davey Bigham by himself. He's got Tate short. And Tate turns around, short little kick out there. He goes to Bigham, punch away by Hancock, and over the boundary line for a throw in.
It really wasn't the right option for Tate, and he probably should have tried to centre that ball, get it back into the middle.
So the ball out of bounds. Half forward flank for Corio, kicking to the northern end. We've been going 13 minutes into the third quarter. Ball comes in, Tate doing the ruck work against King, gets it down. Handball comes back to Tate. Well, he just shrugs a tackle there, gets it on the left foot. Half intercepted, picked up by Rabbis, and gets a handball across, comes to Travail. Back to Simmons. Simmons to the middle of the ground. Oh, terrible kick. And intercepting the air, Dabrowski drops the ball, play on, said the umpire. Handley went to kick it off the ground. Finally, well, the advantage paid comes to Backley for Belpost Hill. To half forward, Feldman. Gone right out of the game since the first quarter, but has taken the mark on 50. And this time has Ricky Bigham standing the mark. The lead has come from the full forward area. Oh, terrible kick. Why Feldman wouldn't have a go at them from there. Finally, it's, well, it's interesting. Boundary umpire a long, long way behind. Ricky Lazarick doesn't believe the ball was out in any shape or form, and finally hands the ball over to the boundary umpire. 30 metres from the behind post, deep in the Belpost Hill attacking area. Ball comes down. Keating went without it. Finally comes back by hand over the top to Gundry. Well, he's got nowhere to go either. Cousins overruns the footy. Feldman picks it up. Oh, great tackle. Lucky to get away with that one. Lazarick off the ground. Clears the danger area for the Corio defence. And finally over the boundary line between wing and half forward flank for Belpost Hill. On the outer side here at Shell Reserve. 15 minutes gone in the third quarter. 18-12 Corio. Lead Belpost Hill 6-5.
Tate over the top of Walker in the end. Gives it to Troy Gundry. Right foot kick across the ground. Clifford in front of Simmons. Takes a good mark and plays on. Takes a bounce, runs away. Takes bounce number 2 on centre wing. And bounce number 3 runs to half forward. Draws the play. Gets around him. Bounce number 4. Simmons bears down at 45. Goes to the right boot. In towards Bigham and Rivet off the ground. And Hancock sees it through. 4-1 behind to the Corio side. So they go to 18-13, 121 Corio. They lead. Belpost Hill 6-5, 41. That's on lead. Lexington Wyndham third quarter scoreboard, 15.5 minutes played.
The foot sort of gone off the pedal a bit, Laurie, do you think, in this third quarter?
Yeah, possibly, Eric. Probably waiting for things to happen rather than making them happen themselves.
The intensity just seems to have gone off.
Well, the kick in came from Rowe looking for Rabbis. He couldn't take the chest mark, and it's off his hands and over the boundary line for a throw in.
They don't want to do that, though. They want to try and run the whole game out, I'd feel, because this is a good workout for the finals. It's better than match practice or training.
I reckon.
From the ruck contest, Boyle got it to Cockrell. Kick around the corner to Davey Bigham. Waits for it. Handballs to Barry. Oh, another goal. Barry. Oh, 3 in the quarter. And he's kicked 3 goals, 4 now, making the stats look a little bit better for Barry O'Toole. He's 19th. They go to 19-13. And that is... what's my math like? 127, and they lead Belpost Hill 6-5, 41. Lexington Wyndham third quarter scoreboard, 16.5 minutes played.
That was a bit better, Laurie. Unselfish and prepared to feed the ball out and share it in the forward line until they get the right bloke in the right position.
There was probably an example of what you were just talking about, though. Davey could have taken a step forward at that. He did wait for the footy. He got the right bounce, was able to get it to Barry O'Toole. I mean, you can't afford to do that in a final situation.
No, you've got to attack it all the time.
You have to attack it.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Umpire Beveridge in the middle. It's the football. Goes up. Walker gets a tap down. Ricky O'Toole can't take it. Charles, handball to Walker. It's pretty tight in the middle there. Finally, it's King. Gets the ball out to for Belpost Hill. And the mark taken on half-forward flank by, that was Backley. Long kick from Backley into the goal square. Off hands. It's pushed toward the boundary line by the defence. And it's over. Couple of metres from the behind post. The ball's moving so quickly, Laurie, these boundary umpires having real trouble keeping up. The ball's going very, very quickly from one end to the other. And finally, the boundary umpire now waits for the football to come back from the crowd. 17.5 minutes gone in this third quarter. Boundary umpire puts it back in. Walker, just good use of the body there. Handball to Ricky O'Toole, over the top to Keating. Back to O'Toole, who's running. Gets a kick and has the lead there from Phil Boyle. He's in the centre of the ground. He can't handle it. Off his hands it goes to Charles. Charles has got
good play.
Ricky Bigham right across the ground on centre wing. Now he can just line it up. He's got Tate at full floor. Tate, Rivet called, probably was very, very helpful in keeping Rowe out of the contest. And certainly Tate had the man in front totally covered. And good body work, good teamwork by the Corio side. Tate 20 metres out, almost no angle to speak of, and the opportunity for him to bring up goal number 4. And I guess, Laurie, it's an opportunity for all of these forwards to get some sort of a tally today.
Well, it's like a cricket match, isn't it? To get a few runs on the board.
If you don't get runs today, you'll never get them.
That's right, exactly right.
So Tate lining up very, very carefully. He's got a long way back. He now moves in. We're fairly much behind him. Well, he's gone across the body, but kicks it beautifully straight through the middle. Has kicked goal number 4, and that's the 20th. 20 goals, 13. 133 for Corio. 6-5, 41 Belpost Hill. Lexington Wyndham third quarter scoreboard. 19 minutes just ticked over. So I think he's kicked enough goals. They've banished him to the back line now.
I'm just wondering who's in the ruck at the moment for Belpost Hill. Lucas King still?
I think he's still there, but
because
Shea
Walker's just come off and he's dominated that ruck from the start of the third quarter. Every contest he's won. So we'll see what Walton does.
Well, King gets it down to Backley, gets it to Bartolo, runs back towards Rabbis, who gets it away, or they're under pressure, gives it away to Bartolo again. Right foot kick wide towards Piatowski's okay. He takes the mark at half forward. So he gives it back to Bartolo short. Now he goes with the right foot, the lead on from Troy Feldman. Goes in that direction, punched away by Bigham, good play. Now Handley, got one high, no free kick. Gundry handballs it out to Kelvin Keating. He runs from half-back. Poor kick off the boot. Goes towards Galpin and Barry O'Toole. Galpin in front. Goes to the right foot. Back towards half-back. Cockrell runs back with a fly to the footy. Ricky O'Toole there as well. Breaks free. Handball. Back to Ricky Bigham. Over the top to Gundry. Runs through centre wing. Goes with the right boot towards half-forward. Tate over the back. Great mark over the top of Hancock. And dominating across half-forward, Tate goes to the left foot kick long towards Rivet. The big man puts the arm up. Goal falls in the arms of Davey Bigham, and that's what he's been good for this afternoon for 5 goals. In the right spot at the right time. And the 5th goal for Davey Bigham, and that is the 21st for Corio. They go to 21-13, 139. They lead Bell Post till 6-5. 41 Lex to Wyndham, third quarter scoreboard.
Yeah, I think that's probably a fair assessment to be at the right spot at the right time, but I also think he reads the game pretty well, Davey Bigham. He seems to, it's not just luck you drop there every time, and he seems to read it fairly well. He moves in, and he likes to get as front and square as he possibly can, and he's already got 5, so he'll get a few more before the day's out.
So umpire Beveridge now in the middle. Well, tapped down by Walton on that occasion, comes back to him at ground level, and the umpire will have a secondary ball up, still in the centre circle. Many more players now, of course, come into the square as the ball goes up this time. Walton, the only one to go for it, actually falls back to the arms of King. A little chip pass to Bartolo. He handballs it over to Handley. Handley a kick into the forward area. Good work there by Kazina. Handball back to Handley. Handley has a pot shot at goal, and I think he might just about have kicked that. So good bit of work there from Bell Post Hill. Just sheer weight of numbers. Kept the ball going forward, and they've kicked their 7th. 7-5-47, but they trail Corio 21-13, 139. Lexus of Wyndham, third quarter scoreboard. Now 22 minutes gone.
Need a few more, Laurie.
Yeah, they need a lot more.
So back in the middle.
The bloke that's missing today, Laurie, be interesting to know how far away. In fact, if Ricky comes in after Nevada Cornwall.
Yeah, he can't be too far away, I wouldn't think. I saw him at the game last week and didn't seem to be a lot wrong with him. But
So King and Rob Walton both get a fist to it. Goes towards centre wing. Leading the race of the football was Backley. Got a kick away towards the boundary line, and it's over for a throw-in on centre wing.
He looks a likely type, that Backley. I've not seen him before, Laurie, for Bell Post.
no, I haven't seen him either, Rick. No.
Kicks the ball nicely. He seems to move quite well.
So a throw-in on centre wing. Social Club side of the ground.
They just haven't been able to put any pressure on Corio at all, have they?
No, they've been doing it pretty easily. Tate. And gets it down towards Ricky O'Toole. Handball back towards Walton. Free kick against.
Throw, I think.
Yeah, was it a throw? So Bell Post Hill will take the free kick. Go towards Rabbis at centre half forward. Ricky Lazarick reads the play, takes the mark at centre half back. Off one step with the right boot wide towards Kelvin Keating and John Cousins. Oh, poor bounce for Kel Keating. Coming in, Gundry. Faulkner on hands and knees. Tried to get the handball out to Handley. Leaves it behind. Keating's there now. Handley's got a second chance. In there, Gundry falls to Damien Hoare. He's ripped off it by Lazarick. A throw, said the umpire. Play on the call. Walton gets the advantage. He plays and goes towards Tate and Rivet. The big man puts the arms up. There's Bigham again. Oh, great hands. He's ripped off the football by Travail. Holding the ball, said the umpire.
Didn't have it at any stage.
So, Bell Post Hill now go to Rabbis at half back. Handball outboard to Rowe. Under pressure straight for the boundary line. Nobody to kick to. And it'll be a throw in at half forward.
Three-quarter time AFL. Port Adelaide 17-8. Leeds St Kilda 11-13.
So a boundary throw in. Walton. King pushed into it by Walton. Handball to the front. Nobody there for Bell Post Hill. And they see it over the line once again for a throw in.
Just don't have the ability, Bell Post Hill, Laurie, to clear these boundary throws, do they? They seem to be under pressure all the time.
No, they have been under pressure all day, Rick. Here they go again.
Beautiful work there for Corio. The ball comes to Ricky O'Toole. He's had a pot shot from 40 and out of bounds on the full. But gee, they Walton down to O'Toole, handball cleared of Ricky Lazarick, and they do it so
Ricky
well.
doesn't do too many kicks like that though. He just ran around the corner and bombed that one in. He normally sides them up.
So looks like Rowe, is it? Has the kick in from the defence, goes right across the ground. Simmons takes the mark and away he goes, has a bounce. He's got Bolchevic descending on him fairly quickly, and the kick is under pressure. Dabrowski on centre wing picks it up. Now the turnover to Corio's advantage. Boyle can't quite get there. Does a good job there in Ditchburn and just force the ball toward the boundary. But they're more intent, Laurie, to get the ball to the boundary out of harm's way because they haven't really got much support for one another out there.
No, they've hardly been down the corridor at all.
Ball thrown in. Hanley takes the ball at the contest. Ball pushed toward the boundary once again. Umpire puts a whistle on play. It's a push in the back to Bellpost Hill.
Backley's got it, and 50.
I think the crowd gave that decision. The umpire certainly had no intention of giving it. The crowd yelled out 50 and the umpire blew the whistle. So Bellpost Hill get the advantage of that. Not a bad 50 either. So Backley, well, he chips it out wide looking for Bartolo. He's just outside 50. He chips it to full forward position, and Kazina has taken a strong mark up forward. And I guess at least he's given them something to fire at up there. Laurie's a bit taller.
Yes.
So
I've seen him play over the years. I've seen him play a few good games. He can play footy a bit. It's difficult when you're in a side like Bellpost Hill at the moment when you don't get enough of the football, you know, in the right spots that you look for it.
So Kazina, 20 metres out. I tell you what, he's gone across the face of goal, has he? Yes, unfortunately so. Behind, 1-1 is his tally for the day. And Bellpost still go to 7-6-48. They trail Corio 21-13, 139. Lexus of Wyndham, third quarter scoreboard, 27 minutes gone.
Barry O'Toole kicks in, finds Ian Cockrell in the back pocket, runs back towards the goals. Wants to switch play, goes to the outer side with the right boot towards half back. Dabrowski goes up, takes the mark. Kicks over the top on centre wing. Hanley comes across against Lazarick, off hands. Lazarick wrapped up by Hanley, loses the football. Ricky O'Toole can't pick it up at the first attempt, then he can, breaks free, shrugs the tackle, gets the handball away towards Phil Boyle, the big man, over the top, does well, blind turn, handball to Lazarick, folded up, goes to the right boot. Towards the leader, Rivet, the big man over the back was Rowe. Also there, Hancock. Got a trip, and we'll take the free kick. Never pays advantage. Umpire Beveridge, or he hasn't done so today.
Hasn't done about 4 games we've seen.
So it'll come back to Mark Hancock.
Oh, he's going to have a kick.
No, he just throws it back.
Good mark, though.
So Hancock goes short to Ravis. Takes the mark. So pretty static play from Bellpost Hill. He had Moranovic wide. Now, Lucas King gives him a lead. Oh, and then he goes to Phil Boyle.
Biggest man in the ground.
Yeah. Who's taken the mark. The lead on from Davey Bigham. And Phil Boyle delivers it to him. And he'll shoot from just inside 50. Might be a little bit too far out to score for Davey. He's kicked 5 goals this afternoon, 5 straight. His brother Ricky's running a long way. And he finds him. They've got ASP, the boys. And he kicks it straight down his throat. And he'll shoot for goal from about 40 metres out, but the angle is much better. And Ricky is possibly just a little bit of a bigger kick than Davey. So Ricky Bigham will shoot for goal from 40 metres out, nearly directly in front for goal number 22 for Corio. He comes in, and, well, Davey should have kicked it because Ricky has put it through for 1 behind. So they go to 21-14, 140 Corio they lead. Bellpost Hill 7-6-48. Lexus Wyndham third quarter scoreboard, 29 minutes played.
So Rowe awaiting the ball to be returned.
And he gets it now. And we'll look for a lead. Moranovic he's got him short, and he goes in that direction. He takes the mark. So he gives the handball off to Sean Simmons. Goes to the right foot towards Backley. Goes up, can't take the mark. Needs some support. Dabrowski, handball against Gelpin. He's got Barry O'Toole in support as well. Dabrowski, little soccer kick, which he is very experienced at. Played some soccer in his day. He's got some support in Lazarick. Cousins, good pick up on the half volley. Runs away on a left boot, tries to drill it back towards the 10-metre square. Davey Bigham there, handball to Barry O'Toole. They've done that a couple of times today. Barry, kick over the shoulder if you don't mind. Goal.
Goal.
Goal, was it touched?
Goal number 4 for Barry O'Toole. And 4 goals in this quarter. And he's evened up the equation now. 4 goals for Barry O'Toole this afternoon. The 22nd for Corio. They go to 22-14, 146. They lead Bell Post Hill 7-6-48. Blacks the Wyndham third quarter scoreboard, 30 minutes played.
What do Bell Post still do, Laurie, in this last quarter from here on in? They need to sort of try to get a little bit of dignity, a bit of pride.
Well, they've got to try and pick up their men as best possible, but I mean, they're sharing the ball around that much, Eric. It's very hard to do that.
As we speak, the siren has sounded for three-quarter time. Lexus the Wyndham scoreboard at three-quarter time. Corio 22-14, 140. Lead Bell Post Hill 7-6-48.
In that term, Corio kicked 6 goals for, while Bell Post Hill managed 2 goals, 1, and the goal kickers to three-quarter time for Corio. 5 goals to Davey Bigham and 4 each to Justin Tate and Barry O'Toole, 3 to Ricky O'Toole and 2 to Lee Clifford. Singles to Andrew Dabrowski, Phil Boyle, John Bolchevic and Matthew Cullen, while for Bell Post Hill, 2 to Tom Sveljak and singles to Josh Backley, Alois Kazina, Adam Gelpin, Glenn Travale and Ewan Hanley. But a big lead.
146,
yep,
sorry.
22-14, 146 Corio, Bell Post Hill 7-6-48. We'll take a break.